So for centuries, people have been told that Jesus was a real historical figure, a man who walked the earth, performed miracles, and executed by Rome and rose from the dead. Today, my opponent must do what no one has done in 2,000 years, provide hard historical evidence that Jesus Christ actually existed. If Jesus was a real man, where is the contemporary Roman or Jewish record of his life? Where is the trial record from Pontius Pilate, who we know existed? Where is a single eyewitness account, not from decades later, but from someone who actually saw him? The truth? Not one contemporary document from Jesus' own time confirms his existence. Yet, Rome kept detailed records of far lesser known criminals and tax collectors. Pontius Pilate, the man who supposedly sentenced Jesus to death, is historically verified. Yet there is no record of him executing Jesus. If Jesus was publicly executed as a threat to Rome, why does his history remain silent?
If Jesus was not a historical figure, why do we not have for the first 2,000 years of his life no one ever postulating that idea? But there are many extra biblical sources, since he wants to remove this argument away from the biblical narrative that has been by scholars. And mind you, he says this is a historical debate, which means that it's now taken out of the realm of theology. Since theology can't be used, theological interpretations can't be used, he has taken this argument outside of that and brought it into a field of study, a historical field of study that many PhD scholars and the consensus of scholars in most modern times have already come to the conclusion that Jesus himself was a historical figure.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. If my opponent wants to argue that Jesus was real, he must provide one contemporary eyewitness account from Jesus' own time, one Roman or Jewish record confirming his trial and crucifixion, one external independent source proving his miracles. If he cannot provide these, then by his own burden of proof, he must concede that Jesus Christ is not a verified historical figure. He cannot use the Bible or any sources based on the Bible. This is a historical debate, not a theological discussion.
They never, ever say, not in one document, not one argument against Christ, not one argument against Christianity, not one argument against the movement for over 2,000 years. No one ever said he did not exist.